Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless freedom but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
What's up, YouTube? Back in the house. Today's topic will be stripper versus career woman versus housewife. Can we tell the difference? So, let's break this down. Can we break this down? Sure. So, we start for expectation. That's where we start from. We can say that universally women pretty much want the same thing from men. The order may look different in which they want it in, but ultimately, most women want, all women, I'm going to say all women, I'm jumping out there. All women want the same thing in a man. Just, and it just comes in different orders and different circumstances. Now, there are outliers, so I guess I got to take the all out there. Most women, so we say 99.9% of women want the same thing from men. Then you got the LGBTQ community. So we got different things. But ultimately, while I will say 100% of women want the same thing that is part of their expectations, and it is deal breakers and non-deal breakers. So we can start the list. Let's break the list down. So what do women typically want in a man, right? Provider. Now, before I start the list, let's preface this conversation with women no longer look for protection. Protection is no longer a requirement for women. It's not an expectation anymore, right? Because they have 911 at their disposal. So yeah, protection thing isn't really prevalent, right? It's not an expectation. It's more of a luxury, right? So to keep it real, let's say they want providing. They want a provider. Status. They want a man with status of some sort. Definitely a man of economic efficiency, too rich. They want a fairly sized good penis. They want a man who's emotionally supportive and intelligent, right? They want a man who's handsome, aesthetically pleasing to the eyesight, and so forth. So the list is longer than that, but I'm just giving out the more obvious ones. But yeah, there, in my estimated opinion, right, we can't really tell the difference between any one of these three. So let's break it down. Let's go with a stripper, right? Stripper wants what? Money, right? Stripper wants money. What does a career woman want? Money. What does a housewife want? Money, right? Stripper wants money from men. Career woman wants money from her job, which is pretty much dominated by men. And a housewife wants a man to provide her a lifestyle, which costs money, right? So that's universal, right? That's universal. You know what else? Aesthetics. Not strippers, Is that doing too much count for them? Status doesn't really matter because I guess the service they require just they want money for exchange. A career woman, same thing, right? That's the guy. I mean, they do anything to get to the top. They even sleep with guys who are not that good looking to get to the top. Housewife, if they get somebody to take care of pay all their bills, that's subjective as well, right? So aesthetics is not a necessity. It's a luxury for them. But the ultimate beneficiaries is their ultimate goal to benefit in a way where they don't have to do much. Let's see. Let's go with provider, right? So stripper, they want a man, that customer to provide the money for their service. Career woman, she wants the job to provide money for her services. Housewife wants a man to pay for her life, provide for her service, which is, so all these women want service. For their services, they're charging, right? Right? Strippers charging dances or whatever else they're charging, and they want to get paid. Career woman is charging for their services too, right? To show up. And housewife, to be a housewife, she's charging for that, right? You need to be able to pay all the bills. So that's across the board the same. Let's say what else? Provision, nah. Strippers don't need nobody to provision. Career women, they're not looking for provision. They want to control their own money. Housewives want to dictate the game. So they're not looking for provision. They want to run the house and everything they feel like they're the prize. So they're demanding, and it's an expectation that you give them allowance without provision. Meaning the money you give them, they do the fuck they want with it. So that's across the board, right? So the more we look at this through a open lens, there's not that much different from these women. They're not. All of these women have all these things in common. Strippers, they want money from men. Career women want money from their job, which is dominated by men. Housewives want money, which is from the husband, right, to pay for that lifestyle. For her to marry you and get in that house and take her all that, you need to be paying all the bills, right? To give you the full everything, right? Just stay home, take care of the kid. This comes with a price. So they're in unison on that. So that'll be providers. Let's see what else. Protection. Women don't need protection from men. Like, they don't care about that. It's protection is a luxury. It's not an expectation anymore, right? Because they have 911 at their disposal. They can call in a bigger, badder force than you, right? There's a force greater than you, right? May the force be with you. Yeah. You'll see. So if you really look at it, these are all women are one. They are at one. I can't see much difference, right? Each of them want the same thing, right? Now, there is a variance. There is nuance to it. Strippers don't necessarily, you know, want to see you every day. If they would, if they could, though, get paid. You know what I mean? But it's not really a requirement. Career woman, she wants a man, but she wants somebody to tell her she can say what to do. But that's not a requirement. She doesn't really need a man. And a housewife, well, I guess she would want a man who's going to listen to her and where she can rule. But it requires a little different. She might want a guy who's most likely faithful as well, right? Whatever. Where a stripper might not require that, you know. Yeah. So there are some slight. I'll say, okay. So let's name 4. Let's name, the list is 5, right? So we say only on one these women are different on, right? I would say, right? And the rest of them are, they all demand. So what I'm saying is the mindset, right, of these 3 women are exactly, I would say, 90% unified. The housewife might want her husband to come home every day, you know what I mean, and serve her. That's where probably the only difference is. Strippers don't require that. Career women don't require that. She's more independent. Stripper's independent. Housewife is more dependent. So 4 out of 5, these women align. 4 out of 5, these women align in, right? So the difference would be strippers, career women want to be independent. Housewife, codependent. But they all want or have the same goals, right? They want money for their services. Stripper wants money for her services. Career woman wants money for her services. Housewife wants money for her services. Plain and simple, right? So pretty much it puts them in close alignment. Because we coming to find out that a lot of these women don't love their husbands. A lot of these women don't even love their boyfriends, right? We're coming to find out a lot of them are lying. Or, this is why the divorce rate, this is why the women lead the divorce rate, right? They're the head dogs. They will file that paperwork so fast on your ass, you're like, what happened? Because the reason why they file the most, because they care the least. And in their eyes, Batman is expendable. So housewife, right? She's not to be trusted. Career woman is not to be trusted. And a stripper is not to be trusted to at least complete the goal of, let's say, a wife or a girlfriend. All these have very common. They're very much the same in a lot of ways, right? All of these cost money. None of these women are free. Right? None of these women come free. You pay for your wife, right? Before you marry her and after you marry her, you're paying for her. She's not free. The stripper's not free. And if you give it a career woman, she's not free either. Because most career women are going to require the guy to make more, even or more. And then believe me, if y'all pull it all together, most of these career women are not going, they're going to want the guy to be, for them to give up their, I would say, a little bit of their freedom. Their requirement is you're going to have to pay that mortgage. All women hate to pay bills. Let's keep it real. Everybody hates to pay bills, but women really hate it, right? A woman, if she can have a man pay for her bills, she would be just so. That's why women won't marry you, pretty much unless you're a high earner, right? So when they leave your ass, they need you to pay for the bills when they leave you. So this is the fact of the reality. These three women are very close aligned. Couple of nuances there. Okay, people can make an argument for, and we can find it out. I'm sure that I'll listen to it, but for the most part, these women are closely aligned. The stripper, the career woman, the housewife. Right? They all pretty much, if you look at it in conclusion, the conclusion of their mission aligns the same. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. That's the unified want of all these women. Different titles, but want the same results, right? All these women, oh man, here we go. All right, man, I know this. He couldn't resist, man. He couldn't resist. He wants to come and give me some pushback, which I welcome. So I'm gonna bring him on. I'm gonna bring him on in.
Oh, baby, please. I'm down on my knees. I need you back in my life, baby.
And we have a special guest, Truth and Purpose, aka Super Nigga. He's from the hood. He may be. I give him this. He may be a little woman heavy, pro woman heavy, but he's from the hood. He gangster with his shit though. When it's time to be gangster, he gangster with it. I give him that, right? That's what I do think about. I respect about Truth. He will. If these women try to get on him too much, he's gonna fight back. So he ain't no punk, right? So I give him that. I've seen women attack him, and he be like, "Bitch," you know what I'm saying? So yeah, welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? I'm sorry it took me so long. I had to deal with a couple more things, but it only take me not too long to travel across the world and deal with a couple things and then get over here, though. That's how I feel when to take flight. You feel me?
If your wife got checked, make sure she's okay before you come on. That's understandable.
Be like that sometimes. You dig? But
women are want to be the center of attention. That's just what comes with it.
Yeah. So, stripper, career woman, housewife. Interesting.
Well, let me give you a little bit of context to that. Stripper versus career woman versus housewife, right? Meaning, what is different? What would be the more, I would say, who would be the more stable one in this? Who would be the more best one? Who'd be the most valuable out these three women? There it is. I just made it up right now. So who will be the most valuable out of all of these women? And this is, before you answer, this is a test, right? Just let you know on exactly the type of man that you are and how you view women in totality. So whatever you pick, it tells me a lot about whether you're realistic or unrealistic. Go ahead. Who will be the most, I would say, the most valuable out these three?
Well, for those of us that actually know what value mean definition-wise, so we're looking at each one of these women and saying what would be the most valuable to a man. Like which one would bring more to my life? So let's deal with the stripper. And all three of these women I have known and dealt with in the course of my life. So perfect person to answer. Stripper. This woman can't bring value to me. She extracts my funds if I allow her. I go into whether or not have I ever paid a stripper before. I will deal with that later. But
Yeah, you don't have
strippers extract funds from men
to. Okay.
for their situations, lap dances and conversation and all types of stuff, and show and play, pay to play, and sometimes further. Career woman. A career woman, I'm glad we use that term because it's a woman with a career and a career woman. Those are two different things. So we're talking about a career woman. Career woman is someone that is dedicated to her career selfishly for herself and not for to bring value to anyone else. So a career woman will 9 out of 10 have a very successful college career, have a very successful career, make tons of money. Homeowner, car owner, successful, money to blow and money saved up for a rainy day, taking trips, just doing well. Credit score over 700. Phenomenal woman by world standards. Value-wise, can she bring value to me? No, she can't, because that woman is about herself. She's worried about what she can extract from somebody. Would I deal with that type of woman? No, I can't deal with that type of woman because she's not worried about me. She's not worried about taking care of no man. She's not worried about pleasing no man. She's worried about, hey, if you're in my life, you got money like I got money, you making these $100,000 a year or more. Oh no, you gotta go, bro. You ain't worth my time. You ain't on my level. Which in some cases that is true. Now the last one, my favorite, housewife. This is a woman that does not work. That is does not work outside the house. She can obtain a house, a job in the house, computer wise or daycare or certain things that revolve around inside the household. But her number one duty is to her husband and the children that they create in the household. Her whole ideal throughout the day, she's thinking about, hey, I need to make sure that my family is nurtured and nourished with food. I need to make sure the environment that we have is clean, structured, organized, and tidy. And then I need to make sure that my husband and my children are both loved, emotionally stable, provided with friendship and organization, and that they know that they can count on the mom of the household to be available when they are in need. This woman brings value to a person like myself because now I am able to relinquish and think about the main things, how to think 5, 10, 15, 20 steps ahead and try to help and fortify this legacy of my last name, my wife, and my children. So that's the one that brings value.
To you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you for breaking that down so eloquently. And this is where the most important part of everything you said was to you. Right? That's the most important part. Everything else was, okay, we already know what these women do, right? And to you, look, sorry, yeah. Well, we're gonna see right now. So let's break it down, right? So I think strippers are valuable. I think strippers are valuable to a certain set of men. Actually, they're the most valuable, in my opinion, to married men and men in relationships. The career woman is probably the least valued here, right? But she's very valuable probably to, herself. What I would say, let me see if I can find somebody for her. Okay, career woman will be valuable to a career man, right? And then let's go with housewife, right? She's valuable to a man, I would say, who wants a legacy. So now let's evaluate housewife and stripper right, are the two most valuable on this list. You agree with that, right?
No. If we go in the order of value, it's from right to left. So housewife, career woman, and stripper.
Yeah. So I would say to supply career woman, stripper, maybe the same. Housewife the same. So let's break it down. Stripper, ultimately, they look to extract resources from men. We can agree with that. That's an easy one. Career women are looking to extract resources from men. We can agree with that. And a housewife is looking to extract resources from men. We can agree with that, right? So a stripper, she wants to extract resources without.
No.
Yeah, they all want resources from men. All these women want resources from men. Yes, that is.
Did you get the context? Provide the context.
What I'm just saying is just on a surface level, right? I understand there's more stuff for a housewife, right? There is a nuance here that is where you are. I would say where you land at, but I'm just going on the surface level of the mindset of these women. Stripper comes with a price, career women come with a price, housewives come with a price, right? The most expensive.
Why do you say that?
Because they all want providers, right?
No, why did you say that? Why did you say all of them want to extract funds?
Because they all a stripper. When she meets a man, she's looking for a man to give her money. Correct. Career woman, if she gets with the man, she's getting with the man who makes more money than her or equal to her. But
correct.
For her to stay with him, he needs to most likely still pay the mortgage, right? Or there's no need for her to get with him. So pretty much when a career woman gets with a man, the stipulation is, hey, if I'm going to marry you, because we can agree all women hate paying bills. So career women will most likely want a man who's going to take the weight off her hands so she can save more of her money. So that probably she's going to stipulate he has to pay the bills because he's a leader. Then the housewife, right, is even more expensive than these two because the housewife, you got to fund her lifestyle, meaning a house with a roof over her head, all the bills paid, all the expense paid for her to not only just take care of your kids, but also for her to go shopping, to do things she like to do. She needs allowance, right? So this is not free.
Who told you that?
Well, I mean, just saying. I mean, unless you, I just said housewife, so I'm not saying she has a career now. She's at home, stay-at-home mom, pretty much, and this costs money. This ain't free, but this is part of for her to do that. She has to find a man capable of providing that, and that is cost money, right? That's not free. Okay, to get this.
All right, so stop right there for a minute. Stop right there for a minute. All right. Okay. So the difference between all three, while I used a specific word called extraction. I use that word for a reason. Because stripper, career woman, the money comes from me and goes to them. My resources with a housewife goes to the house. The roof she live in is my house. The car she drive, my car.
You see that comment?
Yeah, that's what I told her. Yeah, I told her. The gas and electric that she would use, my gas and electric, my water, my supplies, my toilet paper, my bleach, my everything. So she's not extracting anything. She is in the house where I already was providing these things. She's not taking it nowhere, so it's not extracting. She's what's called a beneficiary. Extraction and benefit are two different things. She's a beneficiary of now she moved in the house,
right?
And now she lives under. Well, if she leave, there's no money. It's the same money going to the household. She come in, it's the same money coming to the household. Same toilet paper, same trash bags, same bleach, same dishes. None of it's hers.
Okay.
The other two women, the money that I would kick out and give them It will go to whatever they want. The career woman, if I send her money, if she likes somebody else, she can take that money and spend it on somebody else.
Okay, so here we go, right? This is where your argument falls short. Because I've been in I lived with a woman before in my house, but she moved in with me. And you best believe she eats up resources. I mean, but before she came in, I spend about so much on food a month, so much on everything a month. When she moved in, all it doubled, right? Because she now, especially a housewife, right, who's there all the time, so the AC is being used more because she wants to be comfortable, right? All the things, and the food in the refrigerators get to eat more. All these things come with this becomes a new bill. Now, on top of, like again, I've been with a woman who she just pretty much was going to college, and I was working, making money, or hustling, whatever I was doing, right? So she has wants as well, right? She wants to go shopping. She likes to do different things, right? So that is a monthly expense, I would say, right? So depending on the level of earner you are, it could vary. So typically, if you're a decent earner, right, maybe every 2 months she's going to want to go to the mall and spend, on herself to get there. So this could be between an extra $700-800 to anywhere upwards of $100,000, depending on your earnings, depending on how much you make, right? So I'm not going to put one size fit all this. But the point is, when she moves in with you, especially as a housewife, she now is going to extract resources, meaning the food in the refrigerator, that costs. That ain't free. That's extra food you're paying for. That ain't what you was eating. You was eating a certain set of food, maybe 2 meals, 3 meals a day, and maybe so. Now she's adding to that, right? That doubles. So that's 2 people eating out of one refrigerator. Then also she's going to want things, right? Buy things for the house, stuff like that. She's going to use up stuff. So I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I'm just saying this. So basically, when a woman moves in with you, your expenses double, all across the board, and on top of you're paying the mortgage. Now that stays the same, right? So I'll give you that. That stays the same, but everything else goes up, right? 2 people versus 1 is a difference, right? It's a difference, right? It's not the same. So what I'm saying is, most people who have a housewife, majority are probably a little over middle class. So between 60, 70,000 or better. These are the guys who can, with an 800 credit score, they can kind of wing it. It's costly, but they can wing it. Yeah, poor people, they can't do this, right? She has to work. She has to work. But for the most part, this woman here who moves into a house, plus then she has a kid, right? So housewives going to bring kids in. So those are more bills. So she's going to be a part of that. So it's very difficult to maintain. That's why most women they look at 40 to 60K. Some women say 70K is broke. Because you know why a lot of women say 70K is broke to them? Because they understand that he's not going to be able to give any the money they want to go shopping and do all the luxury things in life. So bottom line, stripper, she wants money from the man. The career woman, if she gets with the man, she wants money because she's going to want him to pay the bills. Housewife, she's getting the man with money because first of all, so in the dating, when they're dating, he's paying for all that. So let's say they date 5 years. Who's paying for that? Right? Who's paying for all those dates? Who's paying for all those amusement park trips? Who's paying for all the little extra things, right? The things that cost, right? The men is, right? So by the time he married, if he's a higher earner, he's in the whole 5 years, we'll say $100,000 in total, right? That's just having a good time, creating a space for you two to have a great time. Then comes the marriage, right? The ring. And then, like I said, if you're a decent earner, you're most likely to be huh?
No, so just let me know when you finish.
Okay, then the ring is going to be between, say if you're a decent earner, got great credit, so you're going to probably get a ring 0 down or $200 down. Ring's going to be, if you're that, you're going to give them about $8,000 to $10,000 between there because you're doing payments. Plus the wedding. Now, wedding's going between $10,000 to $20,000, right? Depending on how big your family you got. So before you marry a woman, you're a decent earner, middle class, you're in at 150 bands before she becomes your wife. So you're basically paying for her to be your wife. Period. And then when she wife, then this keeps going. It doesn't stop. She didn't say, oh, well, you know, baby, you did your part now, but let me do my part. No, she's going to continue to be a bill, right? So, yeah. So all these three women in common have this in common. They cost, and they want, and they demand, and they have expectations for a man to provide monetary. I'm not saying that's the only thing, but it is I would say it is a expectation for you to deal with any of these women, to monetarily invest in these women. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you for that long soliloquy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We already know you long-winded and everything. All right. So once again, there's a difference between a stay-at-home woman and a housewife. Once again, what you had was a stay-at-home woman. You didn't have a housewife. The term hence housewife. This is the woman that has your last name. This is the woman that have your children. This is the woman you're married to. This is the woman that's going to help you build legacy. Once again, those things are very important. It has to be an actual wife. If you put stay-at-home woman, then you would have a point. That woman is not your wife. She's there because of the resources you provide. And yes, she's going to extract money. So yes, the type of woman once again, the type of man that you are and the type of woman that you attract are ones that suck money out of men. That's the type of woman you get. A housewife is not a woman that sucks money out of men. She uses the money that is already provided for things of the household. You give her money to go to grocery stores. You give her money to buy supplies. You give her money to buy your children's clothes. If she wasn't there, you'll still be buying your children's clothes with that same money. Everything you give her goes into the household. You give her money to pay the bills. You give her money to pay the insurance, the house insurance. You give her money to pay the life insurance. You give her money. That's what a housewife. This is what was done back in the day. The man used to go to the factory. He come home with the check. He hand it to the wife. That was a housewife. And she used the check money to do whatever is needed for the household, for the yard, for the children, for the dog of the house, for the man to get groceries. That's a housewife. What you are talking about is a woman that stays at home and is a lazy woman that is just want to be spoiled, that wants to be lazy, that wants to use a man for utility and use a man for his resources. That's the type of woman that you deal with. Those are two different things from a housewife. That woman, yes, I agree with you. She will come in your household if you let her. I wouldn't let her, but you would, just like you did. She will want to use your money so she go on shopping sprees, so she can look good, so she can impress other people, not you. So she can go hang out with her girls and impress them, not you. And look what I get from, I got this man with money. Not this man I love, I got a man with money. Not for the household, not for the resources, not buying anything for the house. All her money goes into keeping her nails up, keeping her makeup, keeping her hair, the wigs, and stuff like that. And then also that money she's going to keep, and you're going to kick out money to go on a date. The money I give the housewife, she uses that to buy food that she's going to cook. See, there's a difference. You have to be very understanding and strategic with these things. So yes, a stay-at-home woman, yes, you are correct. She's going to extract everything. So I think you might need to take housewife off and put stay-at-home woman, like the one that Ruthless described. Yes, that woman will extract hell of resources out of you. And on top of that, she ain't even got her own job. So she really going to be taking more. At least the career woman won't be taking that much from you because she at least got a job. She don't need you. The stay-at-home leech is going to suck everything out of you. So hell no. Whoever has that type of woman is just a dumbass. That's a dumb person.
Okay, so, once again, I think, in my opinion, so that's your opinion. Okay, I heard that. This is how I'm going to lay it down for you. I think the stripper is the cheapest one out of all the three here. And I'm going to tell you why. Stripper is a luxury. I can see her once a month, once every 2 months. Spend about $300, $400, maybe a little bit more, every 2 or 3 months. Career woman is a bill constantly. She's constantly. The expectations for me to pay for dinner dates, all that stuff is still going to be the same. These women are not saying, hey, I'm a career woman and I'm going to front all this. No, she wants you to pay, and she's expecting for you to pay for all your courting and all that shit. Housewife, right? She wants you still to pay all the bills, and plus the resources which she's abstracted. So they're the most expensive out of these two, because the housewife, that's mandatory, right? Mandatory. You're locked in, nigga, right? The career woman is mandatory for you to date her, but the stripper is not mandatory for you to see her. You can see her every 6 months if you wanted to, right? If you really want to get jiggy with it, I come in every 3-4 months, do what I do and leave. She's not a guaranteed bill every month. So this is luxury at its best, right? This is a luxury item. So, but my point is, when you're dealing with these 3 women, it's not free at all. Any woman you're dealing with in this amount of level is a cost. These 2 women are mandatory costs, meaning if you're dating a career woman, you're going to be paying for those dates. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Ain't no way around it. She may pay for a year anniversary if she really like you. If she really, really like you, maybe a birthday. But typically you're paying for everything, right? That is a requirement. So I would disagree with you saying a housewife or a stay-at-home woman, however you want to put it, right? Stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home woman or a whatever housewife versus a stay-at-home woman. All these people, these women are not free. None of them are free. That woman, your housewife, you dated her before you married her. That was not free. And when she becomes a housewife and she's talking about having your babies and comes to you now, granted, to your point, truth, purpose, the housewife, she's a better liar, right? She's going to make you feel better about your investment, right? She's going to lie to you more, right? It's a chance that you won't know until 5-6 years down the line whether she was after you married, maybe 10 years even, that she's telling the truth or not, right? Because you see a lot of these women are divorcing these men, right? After 3, now I think the time is now 5 years, right? So yeah, these housewives or wives in general are career women in marriages, whatever, how you want to put it. They're divorcing at a high rate, 80 to, and if they got an education, 90% clip, 1 million divorces a year, and the women are at 925,000 of them filing in the courts.
Can we see them stats, sir?
I'm just gonna take my word for it. That's fine. But we do know that women do lead the divorce rate at 85% clip, and there are 1 million divorces a year. And we do, so if you do that math, if women are leading at 75 to 80% of filing for divorces, this is an old stat. That is all been on YouTube for over 3 years now. And we do understand that there's 1 million, well, that's in there, you can look it up. Million divorce a year. So if it's 80% of filed by women, to set this shit off, that means what's 80% of 1 million? Do the math, right? Strippers, we don't have to, there's really no ties to these women, right? I actually think the stripper, and I do want your pushback on this because I know you are. I think the stripper could be more valuable. Why? Because at least all these women be pretending, all of them pretending. At least you know what you get in the stripper. You know she's just putting on a show, and you're there to accept the entertainment. This has more entertainment value, which is very valuable to men. This is why men pay for this. Career women, this is not entertainment. This is a job. Right? You're dealing with all their baggage, all their shit. Housewife, the same thing, right? And you risk them walking away from you because they don't fucking like you anymore. That's the risk with these 2 women. Stripper, there's never been nothing there, right? There's nothing to walk away from. It's completely transactional, and it is what it is. So, in my estimated opinion, all these women have a certain value to them. The stripper is valuable because we know what this is, right? She's providing to me entertainment. Entertainment is a part of the society, right? People want to be entertained, whether by stripper, by NBA players, playing basketball, football, whatever. Strippers are another form of entertainment. Career women and housewife, this is not a form of entertainment. These are more valued in, I guess if you get a career woman, I guess you're thinking she's not a stripper, a housewife not a stripper, right? So you more value these women for what they're not. But the divorce rates show that these women are just as unstable as a stripper, right? They do the same shit. It costs a lot of money, and they do not guarantee a return on your investment. Go ahead.
Ruthless, I have a very important question, and hopefully you can be detailed, concise, direct, and specific. How do you tell if a woman actually likes you for you?
You can't.
I'm glad you stated that. I'm glad. So that right there helps me to understand why the horrible women out here, you keep running into them because you can't tell if a woman actually likes you or not. So you're only going to get with the women that don't like you. They just like you because Ruthless drives nice cars. Ruthless is going to take me to get $100 steak. Ruthless is going to take me to, he's going to buy me clothes. He's going to give me money so my nails can get done. You know, buy me some red bottoms. You know, I can extract a whole lot of resources from. So they're going to be, these type of women right here. This type of woman, she's not going to like you. And as soon as she finds somebody that makes $500,000 that want to do the same thing with that you do, and they just like, look, man, leave that lame alone. I got way more money than him. I got way more money than him. What he give to you, I can give it to you in a day. What he give to you in a month, I give it to you in a day. Come on, let's rock out. So those type of women, they don't like you, so they're only there for a good time, not a long time. It's just your turn, and nobody can even surmount about how long it's going to take. It could be an hour, it could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year. But when they find that other man that's going to kick out those amount of provisions that far exceed who you are, you know they going. You know they going. So that's the thing. You don't know when a woman actually likes you, and it makes sense now. Because I would not dare. You see this type of woman? A man like me, I'm smart enough to know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I try to get everything out of her without me kicking out a dime. And if she not, I'm going to make sure she respect me. Because the thing is, if she say, no, you got to give me some money, I kick her to the curb because I still got full ready to make that thing clap for me for no money. So I'm not desperate for that one.
Okay.
I got four.
So I'm going to listen to a little bit of this tape, and then I'll let you, hear your thoughts. Well, thank you for that. I can see. Here's the thing before I play the video. This is why us men, we're not monoliths, right? So each man value different things in women, right? Some men value a woman to be a certain type of way, and other men value other things from women, right? That to them is pleasurable. So so we respect truth and purpose opinion. This is his opinion. Ruthless do not agree with it, for the record, but I respect. What's up, Kasim? We know Kasim. We know he's coming to put his cape on too, but it's all good. We're going to run a video and we're going to see what it is, or what it ain't.
Why do average men believe they deserve extraordinary women? Dang.
Why do average men believe that they deserve extraordinary women?
Pause that real
Why do
quick.
average women believe they deserve
Real quick. I'm
extraordinary
gonna say
men?
this real
It's
quick.
delusion, darling.
Yeah.
Listen what she said. Why do average men deserve extraordinary women?
Okay.
This woman got fake hair in, tons of makeup on,
Okay.
tons of makeup on right now. And she is being asked about being extraordinary. Y'all must never seen a naturally beautiful black, what we would consider a goddess. Y'all must never seen that before. Because a naturally chocolate, beautiful, natural hair woman with no makeup, glistening skin, body phenomenal, it knocks this out the water any day of the week.
Okay.
Any
Okay.
day of the week.
And that's correct. That's your preference. We have no problem with that. Truth, purpose. But once again,
No,
we're not-
every man, when we talk
once
about
again-
nines and tens,
once again,
it's a reason. It's a
once again,
reason.
it's not a money.
It's a reason. It's a reason. And what is it? Boomerang.
Okay.
Everybody said that's what made Holly Berry the dime
We're not,
and
listen, we're
known
not,
as one of the most beautiful
we're-
women that ever touched the planet.
we're not,
And
we're
you
not
saw how
here-
she looked, right?
Yeah, but we're not here to debate.
I'm not finished though.
No, I'm just saying that we're not here to debate. Who,
Yeah, I'm not debating.
Listen, that's why I prefaced it. Men are not a monolith. So there are a subset of women that want this chick. So
All right, but I'm gonna finish saying what I was saying real quick.
No, I'm just saying
And then
though,
we can
you
get back to the
interrupted
thing.
the tape to say what we already said. We understand that a man like you don't want a woman like this. We understand it. You said that.
No, that's not what I said.
Of course, I'm not trying to create a narrative about you. We just want to listen to what she has to say and then react on it.
Yeah, give me a minute because give me 1 second. Let me. If you ain't cut me off, I'd have been finished.
No, I just didn't want because I don't. That's not what I'm needing right here because you already established that.
If you would have not cut me off, I would have been finished.
But you
could have got right back to the video.
I'm trying to get to it now. We don't add value. Is I want to hear truth, purpose. When you hear the video, then you can chime in. But you're sitting here giving us a thing about what you don't like and what you think is a bad bitch. That's fine, but that's not necessary right now.
I didn't say the word bad bitch. See, once again, you don't know
pretty
what
much
I'm going to
said
say.
You pretty much said
You
that.
don't know what I'm going to say.
Beautiful, eloquent, all this other stuff. That's in your mind a bad bitch and natural.
No,
whatever.
that's not a bad beat, and that's not what I was going to say. Once again, you jumped the gun.
Well, you're talking about your preference.
Once again, I would have been finished, and you would have been able to get back to the video.
How can you never go along with the program?
You would have been got back to the video.
I'm just saying this,
but you just had
to, but I'm trying to
interject it for no reason.
You're taking away
the point that I was saying. The point that I'm making is this is the problem. You are upset that this woman comes with a coin, but again, this is the woman that you choose. Why complain about what you permit?
We're not complaining. We're not complaining. We're just going over see the difference between these three type of women. That's all.
You done showed this same video 5 times, Rufus.
Yeah, but I want this point, just this part. I'm not doing the whole video. Just this part I want to extract so that we can see.
We saw this on your last video. I watched your last.
Okay,
I was on this.
Yeah, but we
video.
got people who wasn't here though. I got a whole chat in here. I want them to see it. Okay. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
It's delusion.
Well, the funny part is an average woman can get an extraordinary man. And an average man,
Can't
it's much
get it
more challenging to get an extraordinary
because
woman
women believe in hypergamy.
Yes.
They want something greater.
at their level or higher.
Right.
Absolutely. And most times that is the case. If you're beautiful,
Mhm.
if you've done the best with your genetic potential.
Mhm.
Now, if that's not the case, you're delusional too, because beauty is a part of being high value.
Mm.
It just is what it is, especially for a man. But I look, we can call out the elephant in the room. It is harder for a man to get a beautiful woman when he's not doing well in his bank account than it
Mhm.
is for a man that is doing better in his bank account.
So that's the part I want to extract. That's the part I want to extract. is this is the mindset of a lot of these women, right? Is she said it right now. You can dispute it, that's fine, but she said it herself. This is the sentiment of a woman. She represents a lot of women. That it's easier for a man. It's hard for them to take. It's harder for a man to get the woman of his liking, I guess, beauty, if he does not have a, a measure of economic success, right? Meaning, if you're broke or if you're low, under a certain amount of money, you most likely won't get the woman of your dreams, right? You have to take what you can get, right? Whether she's fat and ugly, whatever, you got to take it. So my point is, her saying that statement, all three of these women line up the same, right? All these women cost money.
Well, that's not true, because
That's very
once
true.
again, listen what you said. No, that's I'm a living witness. That's not true.
No, okay, explain that.
I'm a living witness.
Okay, explain it.
I'm daggone sure not rich. I'm the average man between 60 and 70. I'm the average man.
That's not average.
That's average in this world. Do I have average looks? No.
Okay, it's not
I'm a
average.
handsome man. I take care of myself. As far as my attitude, as far as my demeanor, we already know the world is more feminized. I am a rare quality when it comes to masculinity and not taking no garbage. So those type of things, when she's talking about the man that's going to fit to keep this up for her. This is what she's saying. She's getting older, which means the looks that she had is going down. So these type of women, they don't have anything. They have to get men to pay for those that the hair that's not theirs, the makeup that's not theirs, to keep them up. Those type of women only last, and then they get mad when they get around certain men that like, look, okay, I got you, but I'm gonna get something better. And the same thing. She's going to, let's say you run into her. She's going to look at you and know that without money, you could not dare be around her. Like, she wouldn't even look your way. She wouldn't even look your way. Like, you're not her type in stature, looks, height, build, anything. So she's looking at you like, okay, coin wise, I rock with him. So I'm going to allow him to take me out on a date to make him think he has a chance with me. I'm gonna allow him to take me out, get me fine, get me fresh, and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I need to get my socks blown out, and I got the man that looks that I like, that looks good, that's going to break my back open, and have money. I got him on the back dial. I'm gonna add Ruthless to my list. This type of woman got about 3 Ruthlesses and two 2 other type of men, and then she got herself 1 Kasim. Kasim is the one she's like, I want Kasim over Ruthless and everybody. Kasim got money, and she's looking at him like he's aesthetically better. So that type of woman is always going to be the flip-flopper. If you get a naturally decent woman that's between 6 to 8, that type of woman is decent. She can get any man that she wants. She looks good. Her body is fine. Her hair ain't nappy. She smells good. She's clean. All these type of things. Teeth is nice. Eyes is pretty. Skin good. Cheekbones is beautiful. Dimples, all that. Beautiful woman. I would take that type of woman any day over a woman that I know for a fact, if a man comes along, I make $1 million, a $2 million man come along, she's gone. I make $2 million, a $3 million man comes, she's gone. Not even $3 million, $2 million and $2,500,000 man, $2.5 million man comes along, and I make $2 million. She's gone. That type of woman is not there for you. I don't want to be around nobody that's not there for me.
Think about it.
I don't want to be around nobody like that.
You make 60, 70K, right? That's not a
Rough.
sneeze in the bucket.
That's
You're
the average person in this world.
No. That's middle class. That's
That's
almost
the average
that's
man in this world, Rufus.
no. Average is 40 between 35, 45K. That's average. 65, 70K is not average, nigga. And by no metrics. By no metrics.
That's the average man in this world.
No. Average median for the man is 40 to 45K, maybe 50 here and there. 60, 70, that's damn near upper middle class. Especially if you got an 800 score. That is, you can have your Mercedes Benz, a nice.
Oh, I ain't got I never buy Benz. I never buy Whistler, and I don't have $800. $800 score.
Quit making it personal. I'm just saying, right? What you can have. I didn't say what you have. I don't know what you got. I've never seen your lifestyle.
Why would I want to go broke?
Because slow down. I'm saying, right, with 67K a year, which is roughly, we'll say 60K. So obviously you had 70, 60, 70. So you got overtime involved or something, or some sort of bonuses. I'm not sure, right? Most people who make 60, 70K are salary. That's one, right? So there's probably bonuses in here and there. So let's say you hit some bonuses. That's roughly what? $5,000+ a month. So you live in Baltimore, you live in the East Coast, so your rent's can anywhere between a mortgage. You can have a mortgage of 35, 25,
if you make
3,500
between 60 and 70, your mortgage, and you have more than likely your mortgage between 15 to 25.
Okay, so then plus, you get bonuses here and there. So yeah, you can, especially you got an 800 credit score. So most guys who make 60, 70K got an 800 credit score. I would say like 95%, right? So they're able to obtain things, zero down, very low interest rates on, whatever they get. So they can get them a nice Mercedes if they wanted to, at a very fucking good rate, right? Zero down. They can lease it, switch it out every 2 years. I'm just saying, however they want, they can look the part of a very economically efficient person. They can get, matter of fact, they can get a Range Rover. They can get they got access to a BMW, you can get a $100-something bill. You got to do payments. I don't know if you want to go that route because it's too much. But I'm just saying, these men have the access to that. They have access to a certain amount of good, and a woman that is attractive to a subset of women who, if a woman takes a liking to you, and she's good looking and she's very attractive, and you have a personality and all those things you're naming, she's gonna give you a shot, right? She's gonna get 60, 70K. That's a nice lifestyle. That's nice, right? That's nice. She comes into a situation where she doesn't have to worry about where her next meal is coming from. So that is not a sneeze. That is above average man, number one. So we can stop that. So she picked an above average man in you. She saw that your capabilities are that you're a capable provider. Those were on her list, whether you like it or not. Personality, yes. Did it matter? Yes. But she looked at your lifestyle. And I'm sure you may not have a Mercedes, but I'm sure you have a very nice truck or a very nice car. You're walking your house, it is somewhere someone can feel like this guy.
There's people out in New York that don't even have a car.
No, it's not very, it's very rare.
They ride a bike.
Not 67K. No, not 67K.
Rufus, they work in them offices.
No.
They do IT tech,
No.
and they ride a bike to work. You just don't know them.
All right. How you gonna niggas don't ride bikes out here in LA who are middle class? That's New York.
I said New York.
I'm Cali.
I didn't say LA.
No, you say Rufus, where you at?
That's what I said. New York. I never said LA. I said there's people in New York.
No, you said Rufus, where you at? I'm not in New York.
I never said. You don't listen. I never said where you at.
No, you said Rufus.
Said ruthless. I said ruthless. It's people in New York that make that 60K and ride a bike.
Well, yeah, New York.
That's what I said.
Yeah, New York's a different animal.
They work in them offices. They work on the computers, and they ride a bike because they don't like the traffic.
Okay.
Having a car does not mean you have money. It's people out here that have $100,000 Benz and it's doing bad. It's bad. They don't care because they want to look like they have something.
I'm not saying that, but I'm
They
saying
don't have any. I'm always going to be frugal. Frugal means no matter whether I'm up or low, whether I'm high or low, you're never going to know there's a difference because I'm not a high spender.
So we're not making this about you, Truth.
I'm talking about anybody that's with intelligence.
No, I'm just saying you keep saying what you're not. The show ain't about you. It's about the general population, right? That men of 60, 70K, there are men out here 60, 70,
The general population of people is not out here buying Benzes.
Okay,
so stop lying. That's not. Everybody's not buying brand new Benzes. So
can you listen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can you listen before you react, right?
You just said it.
Okay, let me repeat it again so you can understand that there are men who are making 60, 70K.
No, you said general.
No, I didn't say, yeah, generally, there's men who are making 60, 70K.
Generally means majority of the people. That's a lie.
Minority. Generally, minority men who making 60, 70K are pushing Benzes. I know them personally, right? They got great credit. They can go and get a Mercedes. They can go get a Range Rover. They live in Newport Beach, right? They have a decent lifestyle. Generally, upper middle class men, or above average men, which is 60, 70, are pushing Benzes. Not all of them are. Some of them.
No, they're not. First you said minority. Now you're saying it again.
But what I'm saying is,
I agree with you when you said minority, but you did it again.
True, we're making this about you. I'm talking about where I'm at, where I'm living.
You just lied.
Oh my God, this dude, you worse than the women. You triggering. You're getting triggered. I'm not even talking about you. I don't know what you drive.
You want me to sit here and allow you to lie?
Okay, so I just want to finish my point. All I'm saying is men who are at 60, 70K are above average men, and a lot of them I know are pushing Benzes. Not all Benz are 100K. You get a Benz at 50K. You get a Benz at 60K. You get a Benz at 54K. There's more than one style of Benz you could get at a very good price. I don't know what you're talking about. This is 2025. Every Benz ain't 100 bands. Every BMW ain't 100 bands. What are we talking about? So back to my point, right? All I'm saying is 60, 70K is not an average man. We can agree there. So a woman, when you put a woman into your life and she comes in, she's walking into an economically efficient lifestyle, and that you met her, her standards for now, right? We don't know what the future is going to hold. We'll see how that goes. I'm in South Cali, Zyrex. I'm in more closer to South Central. Yeah. So yeah, understandably, 60, 70K is a nice spot. You will be considered successful by any means of the metrics if you make 60, 70K a year.
Yeah,
nobody will call you.
Yeah, because I don't look at. I agree with you there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's my only point.
That's saying, but that goes into my point about this person that you're showing. That goes to my point. Me number wise, if I met her and I could fake that I'm making $100,000 a year or $300,000 a year, I could put on that facade, I can get her. If she found out that I make only $50,000 to $70,000, right? She would not deal with me. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're on the same page. That's what I'm saying.
Right, that's the conversation I wasn't having. But that's fine. Good point made. All I'm saying is, to the point I was making is, these women, she made a statement, and she was correct. She said it is very difficult, very hard for a man to get a pretty woman, and his bank account is suffering. And that's a true statement. And it's easier for him to get a pretty woman if his bank account is good. So if a man is 60,
get a pretty woman to do what? That's what I'm asking.
To potentially marry. Right? He can afford the date.
Why do you know what, Rufus? You confused the hell out of me, yo.
You can afford to take her out. Not maybe this type of woman, but
Why you
Maybe.
keep talking about marriage and you the number one person
I
that's
said,
against it? I don't understand.
I said, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's
Why
about
are you talking about something that you got about? That's what I'm trying to understand.
because I'm having conversations about general stuff, everyday life that Americans don't.
So you want to talk about everything else other than what you actually are living and are about. That's what you want to talk about.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes, I am. I do. I am in the dating market. I have. Well, I don't really date. I don't date, but if I did date, I understand exactly what kind of women I qualify for. You know what I mean? I know that if I dated, I could qualify for a very aesthetically pleasing woman. Not a problem, because I know economically I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I know that I have other things besides that. I got looks. I attract a lot of pretty women, even before they know I got money. I attract them. But yeah, that's different. It ain't about me, right? I'm just having a general conversation.
It's just the truth. But it's
Child.
because women are seeking safety and security. So instead of getting mad about that, instead of that being the case, do better or be okay dating within your realm. And it's so funny because men will say, I don't need the money. The money doesn't matter what a woman brings, but men aren't going to date an ugly woman.
So
Universally
basically,
unattractive, those are the measurement. They're like, you can't measure that, but that is the measurement.
so you're saying that a man can be short, pot-bellied, bald, but if he has more than $1 million in his bank account, he can get
He's
a
going to have a
beautiful.
baddie. And she's going to act like she loves him too. She's going to do the most. She's going to be like, oh, that's my man.
What's up, daddy?
As long as
Hey.
that bank account is right. But this is the thing too. Those men, now I'm referring to the men that have no character and look like that with the money, right? Those men usually run those women into the ground. They are disrespectful. They are abusive, either emotionally or physically. They are rude. They aren't compassionate because they don't feel like they have to. It's like, I bought you. Anything that I buy is mine.
So
I don't have to respect you.
So in turn, women who marry for money, are they selling their souls to be provided for in a way that they know they can't provide for themselves?
Women who marry for money are truly and deeply unhappy inside of their marriage.
Say it.
Why? Women that marry for money because money is not enough to make you happy. Now, this is what I believe, and I believe in being financially secure, right? As a woman, if you are marrying for money, you're operating from need instead of want. You're operating from a space of I have to instead of I get to. And anytime that you're operating from I have to, it feels obligatory. When you feel like you're obligated to something, it doesn't feel good. It just doesn't, right? Like 80% of people aren't even working in the studies in the field that they studied in, and they hate their jobs. So now my job is to lay down, to get sweat on, to be, smile in front of all your friends. Yeah, I have all these nice bags, but bags don't keep you warm at night. And we as humans are seeking connectedness. And if you don't have that, you can't possibly be happy. And if you're not happy, what's it for? Money is not enough. And I do think, because I do talk a lot from the standpoint of how important money is, that people think that that's enough. It's not. The problem is you got to make the money to know that it's not enough.
Yeah. Sarah's not a gold digger, y'all.
Oh, no.
So we see that her whole conversation was about money, right? She said it's not important. It's not the only thing, or it's not enough. It's important, but it's not enough to make you happy. But it's the foundation of how she picks her men. See, this is why I say there's no difference between a stripper, a career woman, or a housewife. They all want money. Prove me wrong. Prove me that a housewife is free. Prove me that a stay-at-home wife is free. Prove me that dating a career woman is free. Right? Prove me that the woman you're with is free. If any man can prove me that their woman don't never cost them anything, they're very cheap, the women are letting them not spend any money on them, and that's their wife or that's their woman for 3 to 5 years, show me some receipts. True, Zyrax, but what I'm saying is women aren't paying for anything. Women aren't paying for men. They're not paying for dates. Women are paying for themselves, but they don't do that much. They have the men do it. And the only way a man can be important to a woman's life if he is a provider. And this is the delusion. This is the delusion of men. We think because that we pay for a woman for 3 years to go on a date with her, that she's not a stripper. She's not a prostitute. She is a good woman. That's the delusion that we live in as men. When you go out and pay for the date, wherever you eat at, on an amusement park, Disneyland, or wherever, right? This is a transactional, and these women, this is an expectation for women that the man pay for all this shit. Right? Women do not pay money back. Ain't no woman coming at right before they get married, here's the $50,000 that you put on me. I kept all the receipts. They're not doing that. Because why? Women think they're the prize, they rocks. Y'all think y'all the prize. So the money the men are spending on you, you think you deserve it. Yes, we say we're the providers. We're not disputing that, Zerax. But what we are saying is you guys are taking advantage of this. So when you divorce a man or you break the relationship off, right? That is a large L for the man. That's an L. Because that ain't free. Right? If you divorce a man, if you married to a man 10 years and you file for divorce papers, that's an L for the man. That's a wasted investment. And if you marry a man and you have money in your bank account to help him ease his workload, you are a problem. If you do not help, take that money out your account, go pay the mortgage. This is what I want you to do, Zyrox. I hope I'm saying your name right. I know you got some money. Go on your money in your bank account, pay the mortgage. Don't tell them, just do it. Pay the mortgage for 6 months. Right? No, it's not an L for a woman if she leaves. It's not an L. Because most women, they keep them a backup plan, right? They keep them a plan B. Right? Some guy who's waiting for them to leave that relationship. That's why you pretty much got your exes, Xerox. That's why you got your exes. You still hanging around with them. So if you parachute out that, relationship, they're going to be there to catch you. See, women are smart. They're smart. That's why they keep work husbands. Because they know they're not really may not be there. It's high likely they're going to change their mind and they're going to get rid of that guy. Most women are tired of their husbands already. Low key. Yeah. I say a woman's attention span on a man to be happily married with him on a long-standing commitment, attention span 2 years. 2 years. I don't know about that, Joe Rex. I think 50-50, I don't think that exists. Maybe I said let's give a percentage. Let's get a percentage. Because let's do the math. I don't think there's no marriages on 50-50, in my opinion. Maybe 1 or 2. But the majority of all marriages, to me, the man is paying majority of the bills, even if she has a job. Now, there are some instances where there are women paying certain bills, but most of them still aren't paying the mortgages. Like they're not paying a main bill, right? Yeah, they're both working, but I still say the men are taking, most men are paying the mortgage. And when y'all go out on your little date night, right? When the husband and wife go out on a date night, he's still paying for that too. Because let's say couples, because they're married, you know, they still want to date each other, go out, keep it fun, keep it interesting. They're going out. The man is paying for that, even if he's paying the mortgage. He's paying for the dinner dates, still. That's the thing about it, right? That's the thing about it. It never stops. It never stops. It never stops. Men always pretty much pay to play. And women very seldomly pay for anything, right? Very seldom. It's very rare. They might foot his birthday. They might pay for his birthday and an anniversary or two. You know what I'm saying? Xerox, I'm willing to bet that you and your husband still go out on dates. And he still pays for them. Even though you're staying home, you're not paying for those dates, Xerox. I'm willing to bet that. So all these women, the stripper, the career woman, the housewife, have one thing in common. They're not free. They're not free to be with. Any woman that you're with is going to be a bill, an expense. I don't care how much she say you love you. I don't care how many times you tell her you love her. Nigga, you paying for those dates. You paying for those dates, nigga. It's not rare where you get your Xerox. Your man is paying for the date still when y'all go out, Xerox. You still won't answer the question. It is rare that women pay for dates. Do you know how expensive it is to eat out at a restaurant? Thank you, Zessie. Zera's smart. She's not answering that question. Who pays for those dates, Xerox? When you and your husband do your little date night on the weekend, right? Y'all go to a nice dinner, you know, evening out. Then y'all may go to the mall, right? Who's paying for that, Xerox? Who's paying for your little shopping sprees? Who paying for your little shopping sprees, Xerox? How you paying? You don't work. We both pay. Okay. I don't believe that for maybe, okay, once in a while, Xerox may chip in. She might chip in. We might chip in once in a while, but what up, IB Rody? Just up here with this Xerox, she's trying to trick me. She's trying to trick me. Saying her husband pays all the bills. Thank you. Why did you just say that in the beginning, Xerox? See, I knew it. I knew it, Xerox. I knew it. I knew he was paying. That's all I said. I just want the truth. I just want the truth. I just want the truth. I just want women to tell the truth. Right? The man is not only paying all the bills in the house, he's paying for the dates, the little date nights, the little evenings out. But if I was working, I got no problem with paying. That's what you. Wait a minute. Listen. But if I was working, I got no problem with paying. Xerox, stop the cap. Stop the cap, Zero. You know why?
What's something that give you butterflies?
Money. Money gives me butterflies.
Yeah. Stop the cap, Xerox. You know, before you quit your job, you guys had a conversation. You and your husband, your now husband, he said, look, baby, you want to keep your job? That's fine. Right? We can always use the extra money. But if you don't want to work, I can cover the bills. And Zurich, you choose to walk away. What? You work for house husband? Go tell him that. Zurich, go tell him that today. Go tell him right now. Go tell that right. Stop what you're doing. I'm about to run. Right? Go tell your husband, look, you can start working out. I don't think so, Zurich. Because first of all, it'll take you to find a job. You're not going to just walk in and make more money than him. You've been out the workforce for how long, Zurich? How long have you been out the workforce? So stop the cap. You're not going to go back to work to retire him. You're not going to retire your husband. No woman is doing that. There's only one woman I heard do that in the last 10 years. No woman is trying to retire their man. A decade? God, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can't go out. You can't go make no more money. You've been gone too long, Zero. That's a whole decade. Ain't nobody gonna hire you. Your history is not good enough. 10 years, when they do your, your check, you know me, I'm a former inmate, so when you don't got no background, then people not gonna hire you at the top jobs, make a top dollar. Now you can probably get a job, start at the bottom and work your way to the top. That's gonna take you another decade to do to out earn him. Because I'm sure he's making over $50K to be funding your lifestyle and his. You're not going to be able to get it that right away. It takes time. You got too much. But anyway, let me get back to my show. Stripper versus career woman versus housewife. All these women, in my opinion, come with a price. Now, if I went back and got my master's, I would make more money than him easily. No, Zyrox, no, you're wrong. You went back and got your master's, that's going to take what? Another 4 years, depending on what it is, right? What's your master's in, Zyrox? Is it in psychology? Is it in medicine? What is it, lawyer? It's going to take minimum 4 years to get a master's. Right? And then that costs money. Who's going to pay for that, Zyrox? Who's going to pay for that college education? He going to pay for that too, right? Zyrox. So you cap. I knew you was capping. And then on top of that, when you get your master's, they want experience, 2 years experience minimum. So that means you're going to have to do an internship and make no fucking money for the next 2 years after you graduate. So that'd be 6 years. And then you got to compete, right? You got other people who's competing for that same job. There's only so much room at the top. So it would take you almost 10 years again to make more money than him, to out-earn him. If you do as a start right now. What up, Root? What up, my man Sophisticated? Well, me and Zyrox, we're having a conversation. She's capping to me. No, 2 to 3 years for you get your master's? Okay. 2 to 3 years to get your master's? Okay, let's add up. Let's do the math, Zyrox. Let's do the math. 2 to 3 years to get your master's. All right, let's just say 3 years. Who's going to pay for that education, Zyrox? Who's going to pay? That costs money. That ain't free. Let's go. Tell me, who's going to pay for that? You ain't got the money to pay for that shit. Okay. Then 2 or 3 years, you get your master's. Then you got to do another, let's say 3 years. 2 years internship. Because you got to get experience. That is a requirement, especially a high-paying job. So that's 5 years. Okay, Grant's not going to pay for the whole thing. They may pay for some of it. But you got another 10, 20,000 that you got to take care of. Yeah. Yeah. So that's 10. So they got there's 10,000 extra thousands. Where you gonna get that money from? Where you get that money from, Zyrox? There's 10,000 extra outside of grants. Grants will say grants are probably gonna pay for a couple classes, some classes. Depends on what your master's in too, right? What's your master in? The job she gets can't reimburse her. Well, damn, sophisticated jerk. You got to first get the job. She's been out to work for 10 years. So after 3 years, let's say she gets her master's. What would that be in? Psychology? What? That would have to be a job like a teacher, a school teacher? Right? You're talking about a high paying job. We're talking about 60, 70K and up. You need a PhD. You need a PhD, right? If you're making 60, 70 or plus $1,000 a year, a master's ain't shit, right? Master's only gonna get you a $40,000, $50,000 job. Okay, but let's say you get a master's. A master's is not a high-paying job like that. A master's is what? School teacher? But you're gonna be a makeup artist? What you gonna let's see? What you gonna be? Come on, because a doctor, you need a PhD. A lawyer, you need a PhD. Let me see, right? Because you got to go to a graduate program. You got to go 8 years of school, then 2 years graduate program. Let's see. A teacher gets 6 pays at the principal level, not to start, right? And you're talking about an oversaturated field. So the average teacher does not make 60K a year. The average teacher makes 35 to 40K a year, average. Now, if she's the principal, director of board of education, something like that, then she might see 60K. Yeah, but those come with time, though. Zerac, the principal there. So when she makes the leap to principal, 60K, then she gets bonuses, stuff like that. She gets raises over. So after 10 years, she'd be making 90K. That's still going to take a long time for you to get there, though. That's going to take, 3 years of master's, right? That means you got to take a regular, most likely you got to start out as a substitute teacher and hope somebody get fired and lose their job, right? Average teacher starts out at 40 to 45K, 35 to 45K, depending on the magnitude of the school, right? No more than that. Principals and them make a lot of money. They don't have a teacher. Yeah, they'll have a teacher shortage. Plenty of teachers, sir. Right? My daughter goes to school. Plenty of teachers. Right? Gang of them. That's why they don't make no money. Right? Everybody knows teachers not a high-paying job. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows teachers are not elite in the work money market. I know we in Cali, but I know for sure that teachers are not the top earners on a scale of economic, right? Teachers are probably like little less than middle class, right at the borderline, middle class to poor. Teachers, they complain all the time they don't make money. So you talking about you're going to make 60K, okay? For the sake of argument, let's say you make 60K. You got 3 years of master, you got 3 more years. We know that's capped, so we're going to say 4 years, right? Because you got kids. So you're not going to be able to go just full-time. Your husband works full-time. You going to school full-time ain't practical. So you got to somebody got to take care of them kids. So you're going to go, and most likely your class is going to be online. So we'll say you go full-time, you be done in 3 years. Then you got to take a 2-year internship program, right? Or be a substitute teacher, right? Zero, I understand. I ain't tripping. Look, Zero, I ain't tripping. I know you ain't trying to live big and bougie. What I am saying is this. If you was a good job and try to out-earn your husband, it'd be 10 years for you to get to out-earn him. That's why you're not doing it. Because it ain't free for you to go to school. And he's paying for your life right now, which is cool. You have to, there's nothing wrong. Cali, I understand. I'm not saying Cali is tough out here. The economy is pretty tough. Yeah, it takes a lot of money to live out here. But you can do it if you're a minimalist. Just like a minimalistic is what you call. Yeah, I'll give you that. Zerax. But ultimately, what I am saying here is each one of you guys costs money. Strippers cost money. Career women cost money. Housewife costs money. None of these women are free. That's my point. And women are not trying to help men. They're not. And if they are, they end up divorcing these niggas. That's why the divorce rate is so high. The divorce rate is extraordinarily high.
First. Like there's a lot of women that are like, I would never be in a poly relationship, that are knowingly allowing their men to go out and do what they do because it's private. But when it's public, it's amplified.
Yeah. Well, if you get publicly embarrassed, that's a different level. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've never publicly embarrassed my ex.
But have you ever had a woman dancing up on you in the club when you were in a relationship?
I mean, I've been to a strip club. You know, I actually been with her. Have I been without her? Probably so, multiple times. But then, you know, I feel like it's the same thing. Like, what's the difference from going to the strip club, getting your little $2 lap dances or whatever that y'all are, like most girls is okay if you go there and you leave from there. But what's the difference from going to the strip club, getting a dance, boom, boom, or going to the club and the same girl that's right there, but then leaving it there and going home?
Well, one is like a job, right? The other is interest. I think that's the difference.
You think them strippers don't got interest?
I think they got both.
They want you to be a client.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the same level. But the more and more I go be that client at the strip club,
yeah.
What's the difference? If I'm not like the club, I got to meet you back at the club. Like, I got to plan that. But I know, man, she going to be here. So is that more cheating than this one you met at the club, but didn't exchange no information? You could keep going back to the strip club. You're going to see the same one and be getting the same dances. So is that cheating?
I mean, the question is, what's the intent?
I just like getting dances from her and going home.
Why her and not someone else? Why? Like, what is it about?
I've seen the other ones. I like her.
So then the intent is different.
I mean, that's what these men do. You see this in the white collar world. Like, I'm not a strip club dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that ain't nothing I ever done.
Yeah.
You know, growing up on the West Coast, it ain't really a big thing.
Yeah.
But I've seen cats, you know, be on that. He's a client. Right. I'm like, damn, that's my first time hearing a stripper saying, oh yeah, that's one of my clients. And I'm like, what?
Dang.
You know, they really got no regulars.
Yeah.
I'd be like, coat and tie, married, come here, get the dance, and go
home. I think
I don't know. Is that cheating?
I mean,
or disrespectful?
I don't think it's this. What's the agreement? I guess for me, what I think of is what's the arrangement with the wife? Because is it cheating or is it an arrangement? Even if a man is having sex with another woman, is it cheating or is it an arrangement?
That's cheating.
Is it?
Having sex with another woman is cheating.
What if that's the arrangement? What if that is the decision that we have made?
Bottom line is, choose your poison. Pick your poison. What can you afford? What's your budget? That's what it comes down to. What is your budget? What can you afford? All these women cost money. What is your budget? That's what it comes down to. It ain't how smart you are, your good looking, personality, or character. All that's cap. What can you afford? That's where what's your budget? That's how you got to look at women. There's just no other way to do it. right? That's what it comes down to. We can, and us men are delusional about this. We think, oh, she likes me for me, my character. I'm him. I'm him. But the truth of the matter is, nigga, what's your budget? That's what it comes down to. Because if you got character and that dude and all that, and you ain't got no money, these women will get funny and leave your ass right there on the spot like dust. You will become invisible. They will call you the invisible man. You can't even crack a woman on a bus. Because these women, they're vetting, they're courting. And they're getting with men who are capable of being providers. This is not a negotiable deal. Are there a few house husbands out there? Yes, it's a few of them. But they're very few and far and in between. It is not a deal. All these women, it costs to be the boss. So if you think, your personality and your good looks going to get you the woman of your dreams, get a job at Mickey D's, get you a skateboard or bike, one of those motorbikes, and shoot your shot. Until next time, Rufus out.